Happy Sunday!
Happy
Welcome to
Sunday.
Let's Talk About You. The gang's all here! Could
Indeed.
you
Happy
believe this
Sunday.
is the last Sunday of July? Where did the month go? Where did the month go? How is my birthday month going? It's going. It's going. And I'm grateful. And speaking about grateful, we have a phenomenal show for you this Sunday. I thank you guys so much for spending your Sundays with me. And I am so grateful for these two blessings, my co-producers, Kiana and Crystal, ladies in the house, for
Hi.
joining me on these Sundays for these episodes because you guys make my Let's Talk About You moments even more rich. So, I mean, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this momentum going. Today, we're going to be talking about giving your flowers when you can enjoy it. And it is so timely for more reasons than one. My
Mm,
birthday, things that are currently happening, people that we've lost. It is just the perfect time to give them their flowers when they can still smell them. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to kick it off by talking about Malcolm-Jamal Warner, aka Theo. I mean, he has so many other AKAs because of the roles he's played. Um, Being an actor, an advocate, a poet. When I heard about his passing this past Tuesday, it really hit me like a ton of bricks. Why? Because growing up for me, I looked forward to seeing him on the Cosby Show. He and his siblings, and yes, I know Bill Cosby was did his time for something that I don't approve, don't agree with. I was saddened, maddened, disgusted about you know what he did, and I do believe when you do things like that, you do deserve to serve time. But this is about Theo and what the Cosby Show meant to me. It was like, I want my family to be like that. I
mm,
enjoyed, even though, because I have a big family. There were nine of us, so it was definitely a big family, and it was five of them when I looked at the Cosby Show, and Theo was the only boy. But it was just so. It was like we grew up together. He was my big little brother, and he
mm.
was funny. The things that he was going through are the things I was going through. The things they thought of is what we were currently going through. So it was truly a time in my life that we grew up together because we were experiencing the same thing at the same time. We were both, I mean, he is 2 years older, but when he was in middle school, it was my time. Um, when he was in junior high and high school, I was in junior high and high school too. So we literally grew up together. And
Mm.
um I've seen him blossom into a handsome man, and I have been so proud of him. And my nephew, Lamar, he's an actor and also a producer, and they did a role together on Broadway. And, it was just like, someone that I looked up to. He had my family member of mine had the opportunity to meet him, to work with him, to have conversations with him, for him to speak life into him. And even on Netflix a couple weeks, months and months ago, I haven't gotten into The Resident. And I kept saying, Theo, you're my boy. I have to yeah, because I still call him Theo. I have to get into The Resident. I have to watch it. And I've watched a couple roles, and I've seen, it was like, oh, he's playing the hard guy. So, he's done his thing, and I've watched him on other things where he's giving back, and he's reading his poetry, and may his memory be for a blessing. It really, really stunned me. Have any of you watched The Cosby Show or anything that Malcolm Jamal Warner has done?
Yeah, I've watched the Cosby Show. I don't. It wasn't necessarily in my formative years and things like that, but I think that was the one show that lived on for many generations. So there were so many replays of it, whether you were in the time when they were actually putting it out or after. I think maybe only the new generation may have not seen it, but even now, as this has happened, you're seeing replays and so much content
Right.
coming out about him. And I think that was one of the things that I kind of noticed, because you see someone as an actor and you just know them as the actor, their roles that they play. As you said, he's played so many roles, because I was just mentioning to Kiana that he also played in 911, and so I saw
Yes.
him play a small role in 911 as well. And so I've that's as much as I know about him. He's an actor, but now that he has passed on, you're seeing so much different things that he's done, and I would have never even, I don't think I've ever, if that didn't happen, I would have never known because it's not like I'm the type to research people. But generally, I feel like people do so many great things, but it goes unnoticed in general until we start speaking
I
about them
know.
after they have passed
The
on.
after effect, and that's the thing, because even with today's episode, we're reflecting on the legacy, love, learning how to say the meaningful things now, while we're still here. And
Yeah.
I know he did a lot while he was here,
Mhm.
and we need to take note of that, because you're right. I will say this on Facebook, they start to show clips from different shows. So just not just at this time, since he has passed, but because I have been for some years now watching little pieces of the Cosby Show, and I was like, oh, I remember that episode, and so I have, they've been playing it continuously
Mhm.
on Facebook, different portions of it, because it's always a fan base, the Cosby Show fan base, or the whatever it is. There are different groups that you join or may not have joined or come across, and they
Mhm.
do continuously play um snippets of the old episodes.
Mhm.
But so Kiana, tell me, I know your mom used to watch it. Tell me your views or anything with regards to the Cosby Show
I mean, well, I
or
think it was.
anything he has done.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say I've watched episodes of the show, but it didn't really have a big cultural impact on me like it might have had on other people because when I watched it, it was just reruns of the show. And I didn't watch it, religiously. We didn't have cable, so it's not like I watched it religiously. um, but it was I enjoyed it and it was funny and it was nice to see a high class, high end, wealthier
Mhm.
black family at the time period that it was made. So I understand,
Educated.
educated, and a family that valued education.
Right.
So I can't say that Malcolm Jamal Warner had a big impact on my life, but I do understand the impact that he, in his role on the show and in his role now, I'm learning outside of the show, has had on people from the time he was a teenager. And I can't imagine how much pressure he must have been under at such a young age to be part of something that was so groundbreaking at the time.
So
Mm.
big, yes. You're
Um,
right.
but I feel like I mean, I don't know much about him closely, but I haven't seen any, major terrible scandals involving him or anything. And because I know when a lot of times when kids are under pressure,
Mm.
they do anything to get out of the limelight or they do anything to get away from the image that people have of them. And I feel
True.
like in everything that I've seen from people who knew him or people who are just fans of him, it's all just like you've had this impact on my life and I respect you and I'm just a bunch of thanks for him and I just think that that's so amazing that he's able to get all of those to understand how he's impacted people's life. And I hope that he knew while he was here. I can't say whether he did or not, but I
Right.
hope that he knew when he was here how much he has meant to people and how much he still means to people even after he's gone. So
I
Mhm.
hope so too. I hope so too. And you made a good point after he's gone. And A lot of times, too many times, we reflect on what was instead of what is. And I know I'm not in his world, but I'm glad that Lamar is, and they had that opportunity to share not only the working relationship or whatever it is that they shared, because I know Lamar said it was just so great meeting him, and he's so down to earth, and he enjoyed that dynamic with him. So I didn't know him personally, but as I said, as a child, you look up to, or he was relatable. He was so
Right.
relatable. And I could say the one thing about that show that I wanted to do with Kiana, because I was like, oh, when I have a daughter, I'm going to do that. And Kiana was like, I'm good.
I think I can sense where the
I know
story is
where
going.
it's going. Just tell it. Just hurry up and tell it.
You're already
Go ahead
here.
and tell her. There was a part on the Cosby Show when Rudy became a woman. She had her cycle, and Claire Huxtable decided, every time her daughters became a young lady, she would take them out, and they got to do whatever they want because it was becoming of a woman, and they got to choose to do whatever it is they want. So I was like, if I have a daughter, I'm definitely going to do that. And I said that as a teenager.
Can you imagine?
When I got my daughter, I was so excited. And I was like, okay, here we are. Whatever it is that you want to do, I'm here for you. And we can do it. And she's like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do anything.
Can we just also talk about can I
Pop,
defend myself?
Yeah.
Can I defend
burst
myself?
my bubble. Pop.
Can I defend myself? First of all, I'm 13. I'm 13 years old. All 13-year-olds are annoyed at everything all the time. That's not my fault. Second of all, I just got my period. I knew what a period was, but this might be TMI, so if you don't like, close your ears. It was
Right.
brown. I didn't expect it to be brown. I was scared. I was like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Blood is red, not brown. I don't understand. I didn't understand oxidization or whatever. I didn't know what that meant. So I was like, also cramps. It was hot. I was cramping. I didn't have a pad. Why? Because I never had a period before. So I was like, I need to get home because there's a wad of toilet paper and I need to get home and I need to take a shower and I need to go to bed because my stomach is feeling things that it's never felt before. And I actually just don't want to be here.
I took care of you when you got home.
And I thank you for that. But you're asking me, do you want to do anything? I want to take a shower and I want to go to bed.
Fair enough.
Take a shower and I want to go to bed.
I
understand that. I'm
understood
so sorry
the
that I
no,
break
but
it up.
it's
And you
still,
didn't tell me
I was
until-
looking forward
You
to
didn't
this
tell
from
me
a
until
teenager.
years later, by the way, that's what you wanted to do. You could have asked me the day after, 2 days after, the day of. I'm going to sleep. I'm
But you
sorry.
didn't want to do the day after either.
I don't
Just to be fair, you didn't want to do it the day after.
probably. And you know why? Because I had cramps. If anyone's ever had a cramp,
That's fine. That's
Make
fine.
some noise.
I understand. I'm not mad at you. Get it. I'm just saying that show meant so much to me. I took some parenting tips from that show that I wanted to share. And I kept them close to me from a child to an adult because I know that's what I wanted to do. It was holding it close to my heart, dear to my heart. I want to do this with my child, boy or girl. I want to do this with my child, boy or girl. That's how much that show meant to me, is my point. And, may his memory be for a blessing.
Yeah.
And that's
he led a very honorable life, kind of to the point of what Kiana said earlier, in terms of you never really saw, even now, because even now, the critics would have came up with all the things that were also negative, if there was any, because, news has no shame. So I feel like he led a very honorable life. And even now, for persons like myself who were just introduced to what he was, or who he was, not what, who he was outside of his, career, it still lives on as an inspiration and a legacy to, commend him for all the contributions that he's made. Because what Kiana said earlier really stuck with me. Child actors really do go through quite a lot because you have more money than you've ever seen before. You have all the pressures of the industry in itself, and then you have to define for yourself who you want to be. And I watched a few of his poetry pieces and some things that were shared on TikTok, and it truly seems that he had a well-rounded, honorable, um, culturally, infused life. Because I watched a poem that he did about Black culture, and that was very powerful. I never would have even imagined, not that I think anything less of him, but I just never equated him to like poet, advocate,
Oh yeah, he was an
that kind of
advocate, a
thing.
poet,
Yeah.
an actor. And the one thing, I was watching one of the interviews before, I forget this point, and he spoke about how his father set him up. You
Mm,
know, one thing that we as parents and just individuals on a whole, we need to truly speak life into another being. I'm not saying, oh, because you don't get along with Sarah. We really need to speak life into one another. And we as parents have to speak life into our children. And he's like, his father set him up. He named them after two greats, Malcolm and Jamal. So and he had him doing book reports during the summer when he wanted to play and just do other things what quote unquote normal kids did.
hmm
And he didn't have that opportunity, but he thought his father was being hard and having him be someone that he wasn't. But it wasn't until he became an adult he appreciated where he was, because even his peers, they weren't on the level that he was at.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because he thought he was better, but because he was exposed to what he was exposed to made him different. What he was exposed to made him put him in another level of his thought process and what he wanted and what was so it's just really, really important to speak life into another being. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
also to that point, I have a niece. When she was younger, sometimes she used to try to, grate the nerves and I used to say, listen here, you little blessing, because you're not going to get me to say anything bad about you.
Yeah.
I used to just say, listen here, blessing. And I refused to speak anything but life over her, even when she pissed me off, even
hmm
when she tried to grate my nerve. So it is so important so they could know who they are. And I'm not saying that discipline isn't an option. Discipline is definitely a must. And I'm not saying that you don't get mad. Emotions are real. Feel your feelings, tap into that. But all in all, we truly need to speak life into ourselves and our loved ones. And he just gave his dad all the acolytes about him speaking life into him, even down to his name.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
I we're talking about, giving flowers to people while they're still here. And I know we're using Malcolm-Jamal Warner because, his tragic and sudden death just happened. But I feel like a lot of times we also neglect to give flowers to the people in our own lives,
hmm
because you think you have all the time in the world.
Yes.
You're like, I've known you my whole life, and I will continue to know you for as long as we both live. And you think that you know how long that is going to be, and in
Mm,
reality, you don't. And there is one, I'm not going to go too into it, but I feel like, we could probably talk a little bit about that. And I know for me personally, there's one person that always comes to mind when I think about people who I should have given flowers to when I was here, people who I should have. It's always, oh, I'm gonna see you, or we're gonna hang out, or we're gonna do this, or I have to fly and come visit, da, 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 da. And you think you
mm,
have so much time, so you keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back until one day you can't push it back anymore because that person is gone. So I would always say, even if you can't see a person in person, always tell them, if they cross your mind, shoot them a text. Hey, I was thinking about you. I love you.
yeah.
um hey, I hope you're well. Maybe we could hopefully can find a time to talk soon, or
hmm
we should really follow through on plans to meet sometime.
Yes. Yes. Be
Something so
intentional
that
about it.
be
Yes.
intentional about,
Yeah.
how you feel. So after that person in my life, passed away, I feel like I've been trying, and I'm not perfect, so I don't always do it, but I've been trying for the past few years to make more of a conscious effort to
Mm-hmm.
tell people how I feel about them when I think about them. If I miss someone, I'll just text them, "Hey, I miss you. I hope you're doing well." Or, "Hey, I
Yeah.
love you," or, "Hey, I'm really proud of you," or something like that, because I don't know what my last conversation with that person will be. And
Right.
I don't want to live with or sit with the guilt of what could have been or what should have been or what I could have said or what that person's last memory of me was. I want to
Yeah.
be comfortable knowing that whatever happens, I pray we all have a long, long life.
Right.
But whatever happens, I want that person to know in every stage of their life how I feel about them in
Mm-hmm.
the moment. So I just think that that's something that we could all probably take with us, and we probably all have our own experiences with that because death is unforgiving. Um, so we probably all have our own.
And you're right. And I love that point, Kiana. But sometimes, why do you think that, that doesn't always happen? And I'm not going to bash Caribbean people because I'm a Caribbean woman and I love being a Caribbean woman. But a lot of times, sometimes we don't always hear that.
I think
We
it's
don't
because
always
people just assume
hear.
they're like, I
Mm-hmm.
love you. You know.
You
How
know.
do you know? Just
So
cause.
they just focus on the action and not
I
the
think so. And I think it's not
saying
just
and the
Caribbean people. There are a lot of cultures who they don't say I love you a lot. Like I know that there are some Asian cultures that they don't say I love you a lot and they show their
yeah.
love in other ways rather than saying it verbally. Of course, that's not
Yeah.
all of them, but I know that that does exist. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that there are just some people who show their love in different ways. And I'm not saying you have to tell everyone every 7 seconds that you love them. You show them
I
love the
love
way that you
you.
need
I
to show
love
them.
you. I
Love
love
you too,
you.
girl. Happy birthday. Um, so I think that there are different ways that people show and receive love. And I think once you find the way that, you know, that person receives love the most effectively, then that's how you should show them that love. So they might not like you saying I love them every 5 seconds. They might like you to show it in other ways. Just do
Mm-hmm.
what you can to show how you feel about those people. But I do think that it might be a cultural thing. I think that people are uncomfortable with being vulnerable with their feelings and their emotions. I think sometimes it's like it's embarrassing, even though it shouldn't be.
Right.
Um, that's just like my guess. I don't know, but
Yeah, I think I'm not the lovey-dovey type. So if you're my friend, I apologize in advance because I don't call.
I forgive
I
you.
yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I was gonna say I appreciate you, but you'll leave that alone.
anyways,
Um,
anyways,
anyway, no, but I'm not. Uh, wait, let's get a laugh out. All right. Okay. Inside
oh,
joke, but never mind
it's
us.
fine.
We're just enjoying each other's company because we oftentimes we don't get the chance to chat like this and this
Yeah.
kind of thing. So you're privy to our like discussions, and but me, I often yeah, I I don't even couldn't even claim the show so much because sometimes I could just disappear for a couple months. But when I'm present, I'm present, and yeah, I'm the type of person that I feel like I'm that person like you can call if you need me, so I often default to that, but I'm not saying that that's right. That's just it just is. So I need to be definitely more intentional about giving people, not only just giving them their flowers, but being there for the people that I love and the people that pour into me and the people that show up for me as well. So I can definitely say that I'm not great at this, but I definitely know that it's important to be more intentional about connecting and expressing how you feel and celebrating the people in your life. So I will do better for sure. I will try my best, but if you know, just call. Trust me, I will make time for you, but I just call. Yeah, in the meantime, as I fix it. Just call me. It's fine. But yeah, no, I think as a community, because I can definitely agree that even within my own family, we're not the I love you kind of people. Um, and you know, it might not be, I'm not glorifying this, but I can't, like, if I think right now, when was the last time I told my mom I love her? Shout outs to my mom. She just made birthday. So yes, I
Happy
have.
birthday to her. July people,
It's,
I
a,
mean,
it's the
hey.
celebratory season.
Leo's in the house.
Yes, but even then, it's like only on the special occasions that you remember, or you know, worse yet, if it were a tragic season of your life, then you remember how much you love this person and things like that. So yeah, we need to be intentional to say the things that we feel and celebrate our people. So that's a really good point, Kiana, and I will try
In
better.
addition to celebrating, and I'm challenging our listening audience to tag someone, share this segment so they can know that they need to smell the flowers, that they're loved, that someone is saying, I need to remember that I thought about you, or this may be a topic that you want to hear about. So we're going to challenge you to tag someone, share this segment so they too could know that they need to smell the roses, smell the flowers, be celebrated, they're thought of, you're thinking of them.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. Not just
And
for
write
this
them a cute
segment, but
little
this.
message. Even if it's not I love you, some people are uncomfortable with that. Just, a cute, quick little message about, what they mean to you, something that you admire about them.
Yeah, more than just an emoji. That's the thing.
See, now here I was there thinking, I literally, honest, hand on heart, was saying, oh, I would drop you an emoji in the morning just so you know you were on my mind. And I could find some silly ones or like a GIF or something that
Well,
would
you
be
know
like,
what? We're all different. So if an emoji works for you, then do that. Whatever is your comfort zone,
baby steps.
just be intentional about reaching out. So I'm not going to put a limit on you. So I apologize for that. So you're right. Whatever is comfortable for you, because we're all in different spaces.
Exactly.
And I want it all. I want the words. It's still getting used to doing on my way, ONW or whatever it is. And
The
so whatever is
abbreviation.
comfortable to you, yeah, the abbreviations, the acronyms, I still spell out the whole 12-letter words.
But I think what Kiana said just a while ago was important too. Find out how your person likes to be loved. Because
Yes.
then for me, an emoji might just be fine. So I could laugh and keep it moving. But then for you, I might have to be a little more intentional. If I want to love you in a way that will translate to you that I love you, then I need to do it your way. Because doing it my
Well, it
way
actually
makes
goes
sense.
both ways, because if I really know you, even though as much as I want you to do it my way, because I know you, I know that your emoji is the best you can do.
Correct.
And we need to understand that too.
Yeah.
I think it's all about just showing effort, showing that you're
Yes,
trying.
just showing up. And you're right, show the effort. And sometimes people do the basic. It's like, yeah, that's enough. But so if that's the best you can do, then that's fine. But if you can do more, do the more. Because you want somebody else's best, right? So why be basic? And you can just be fabulous all the time.
She's like, why be basic? Not
Literally,
the
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, why be basic?
Okay.
Why be basic? I love it.
Whoa.
She's giving. That's what
Clock it.
Ladies. I mean, I'm not trading my team. I'm not trading my team. I love these ladies. We're having a great interactive conversation on the week, kicking off my birthday. Well, the whole month I'm celebrating, but this is the birthday week. And we're having the ideal topic, talking about life and celebrating life, enjoying things now. That is why I celebrate the whole month. I haven't done big things this month, but I've done things to make me feel good. There are a couple events that I wanted to attend that I didn't get to, but I got to see friends I haven't seen in a while. I've gotten to do some sit down things. I've gotten to be a judge for Mr. Virgin Islands pageant show. I got to assist with planning the health fair and being there at the Healthy Encores Health Fair. So even though that I may be technically working or volunteering, those are things that I love to do. Those are things that mean a lot to me. And I'm sharing with others. So I'm doing what it is I want to do. Hence me celebrating my entire month because I'm doing what I love to do.
And
Love
you know,
it.
she
There's,
also loves gluten-free pound cake. So if anyone wants to get her a gift, get her a gluten-free pound cake.
it has to be
That's her
gluten free,
favorite cake.
but no nuts.
Gluten-free,
No nuts.
nut-free, and dairy-free. Y'all will figure it out. But get her, that's what she wants for her birthday. She won't tell you, but I'll tell
And
you.
yes,
That's
it
what she
does
wants.
taste good.
It does. It really does.
I can attest to because I happened to be one that was celebrated during my birthday when I was in St. Thomas. And, talking about loving the person in the way that you are loved, it's okay. I happened to have my first birthday cake that was a gluten, dairy, and nut free cake. Um, but we didn't mind because it was good.
It
It
was
was very
good.
good.
It
So
was good. And the reason why it tickled me so much is because I wanted to have
She
birthday
was like, I
cake.
want a
Okay.
piece. I want a piece.
exactly. So why be
I
selfish?
wanted to have birthday cake. I wanted to not just celebrate Crystal while she was here. I wanted to have cake. So when I ordered the cake, I ordered what I liked.
And I still appreciated the effort to have a cake. So yes, perfect example
It
of
was good,
compliment.
right? You're
It
not
was
just saying
actually,
that.
to
So
be
we're
honest,
talking
it
about
was
birthday
actually good.
months. We're talking about giving people their flowers.
Yes.
Let's give her flowers. Let's give her tens.
Uh,
So I just want to start with what we're on. Let's talk about you. So what you mean to the show. I feel like obviously without you there is no Let's Talk About You. Duh. I remember years and years, I think it was the start of the pandemic when you brought this idea to me, or maybe it was right before, but I think it was the start of the
It
pandemic
was a pandemic. That's when it started, the
when
pandemic.
you brought up this idea. And I was in my first job, the pandemic was stressing me out. I was like, sure, this seems like a fun thing to do. Why not? And I think we were on a different platform at the time. We were still on Facebook, but in a different platform at the time. And it was just, we were all trying to figure out what this would be together. My mom was, she was like, I've been wanting to do this for such a long time. I'm not sure, maybe we need this to start and this to start and that to start. And then we're just like, why not just do it? We can get all of those other things later. All you need is a camera and an internet connection, and we're going to get this thing started. So we got the ball rolling. We did all the interviews. It was like there was some, technical issues that we had to work out in the beginning, but it's so interesting. At the beginning of every season, sometimes I look back at the old episodes just to see like what we've done or what we haven't done yet. And it's so interesting and it's so amazing to see how far the show has come. I remember one of the shows was about like decorating, and you were in Antigua at the time. And I was looking at that show, and then I was looking at a show that we've done recently, and I'm like, the topics have always been great, but I just feel like we've evolved so much. We're like getting our footing so much, and you have been so persistent, I would say, in evolving this, in making this something that reflects you and reflects something that, not only do you want to produce, but you want to watch. And I've seen you, step out of your own comfort zone, especially this season with some topics that you're like, I want to talk about it, but I'm not sure. Like I'm a little, And Crystal has been there, and I've been there to encourage you to do it and to keep the ball rolling. And I think that those are some of the most fun and entertaining shows to watch, because you can see how interested in it you are. You can see how passionate about it you are. I've seen, the interview skills improve. I've seen you grow more curious about things and really lean into being your most authentic self on the show. And I think that watching that journey from the beginning to now is like, I'm really proud of you. I think that we've done such a great job, and I think we have so much more to offer and so much more to do. And I'm glad that you're continuing to stick with it, even with the 70 million and a half projects that you have going on. that you're still staying consistent with Let's Talk About You. It really is admirable. And you make me tired just looking at you, but you carry it well. So I really am proud of you. And I'm really proud of how far that you've come in this show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Tears,
mean,
Thank you.
that's okay. This is the moment for that because we're embodying the giving you your flowers while you can still smell them. And, working alongside you, um, I have this phrase that you need people around you that are a bit delusional. And you mentioned it on the show recently.
Queen of the Queen of
Yeah, I
delusion.
feel like you are the embodiment of that phrase that Steve Harvey had said, like imagination is a preview of things, of life's coming attractions. I think it was a quote from Albert Einstein. And you're the type of person that can think about something and not necessarily know how to do it, not have, any of the skills, and still full on commit to getting it done.
And it gets
And
done.
that in itself is an
Mhm.
inspiration. When you have people around you who are daring enough, willing enough, and will take on the task enough and be consistent. So, not just doing it, but we're talking over 5 years now of building something from scratch. And now we can sit in this space and we got, all these other aspects added, and we're still looking forward to the future. And we're still inspired. We're still excited. That's because of you. This vision of yours has been in your heart, and we are just facilitators of your greatness, helping you to shine and helping you to stand on that pedestal because you deserve it. And you deserve to be in this place. You have something phenomenal to offer. I feel like the world has not fully even met Camila and all of your great potential. There's so much more that as we continue to grow, we will show the world what you're really sent here to do and what you are and the impact that you are capable of contributing to us as a global community. I am privileged to be able to sit here in this space and be privy to your coming attraction. So I celebrate you.
Wow. I mean,
Are you smelling the flowers? Because I hope they're dropping on you like sweet essence. Just see the flowers just like raining over you. I hope you do.
I smell the flowers. You guys almost made me be quiet, and I like to talk.
Oh,
Um, I know when we said we were going to do this show, we were going to combine, but I thank you. I thank you. Mm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Everything you guys said is true. I've been the about me being delusional and doing something that I had no idea what it is or how to do it, but I know that I wanted to do it. And you know, having you two as a team to join on the bandwagon to bring the Delulu to reality, that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. And I am beyond grateful to have you guys say yes. I mean, for Kiana being committed when Akra, started me out, and Crystal looking on the outside, and she's like, I can help you. I can do this. And then just bringing it here to where I am. And yes, from where I started, I'm still continue working on building the bridge from where I am to where it is that I need to be. And you guys are just there trotting along. Some days dragging me, some days I'm pushing you. But the fact is we're still there. And thank you.
thank you. Yeah, thank you.
We're
We
giving
can.
our flowers. I'm trying to think of like one one moment that stands out to me, one of my favorite moments, and there have been 27 years of memories. And I'm like, how do I choose from 27 years of memories? I would say maybe one of my most prominent childhood memories with you are our movie nights, especially the movie nights where it would be raining. We would go home. We would try to watch a movie, say Jurassic Park. I don't know why we watched Jurassic Park so much. Jurassic Park was always on TV. I don't know what was going on with that movie. We're watching Jurassic Park. It's raining. Every time it rains, we have Oreos and milk. That's our tradition. We have to have Oreos and milk every time it rains. Even now, every time it rains, I crave Oreos and milk. That's how embedded in me it is. It's in my DNA at this point. So, but every time we would watch a movie, maybe 15 minutes in, guess who's knocked out? Guess. I don't know if she's ever seen the end of a movie. I'm not sure if she's ever seen one. You look over, it's like, is that a dinosaur? It's not. It's not the dinosaurs. She's sleeping. She's
making rhythmic noises.
I'm like, it's something that I always knew I could always look forward to. And then there's another memory that makes me laugh, which is so ridiculous. We also used to watch Dancing with the Stars together. And I think she knows this story. We used to watch Dancing with the Stars together all the time. I think they aired on Wednesday nights, whatever. We would watch it all the time. There was this one move where someone did a kick over someone's head. Speaking of delusion, she said, "Kiana, get up. I can do that."
Yeah.
She said, "Kiana, get up." You saw when the man said, "Close the doors. Close them doors." That's what she was. She said, "Get up." Get up. I can do it. I was like, "Mom, no, I don't think you can." She's like, "It's fine." And then she put her foot up to show me how far her foot can stretch. And she was like, "I can do it. Look how flexible I am." And so I reluctantly got up. And she tried to kick over my head the calf. I felt, you ever see in them movies, in them superhero movies where they throw people through a wall? I flew back into the couch. And I was like, it didn't hurt, but I was caught off guard. I was like, what just happened? What is going on? And this lady, instead of being like, "Girl, let me go get you some ice," she's crying the same way she is now. Cracking up after she just kicked me in the head.
I know, right?
I'm like, "Girl, what? You told me to do this." She's trying to say I'm sorry. She can't even get the eye out because she's laughing so hard. She's on the floor. I'm like, "What are you doing on the floor?" I don't know who got kicked. It's so insane. It was so insane. It was.
I am flexible.
The illusion is still there.
You see? So ridiculous.
Oh, where was TikTok when you needed it? We could have been millionaires.
So ridiculous.
That would have gone viral.
Like, I have to go to school tomorrow. Like, I was just like, I don't want to do anything right now, and I have to go to school. That is sick. So that memory, that pops into my head every once in a while, and that does make me laugh a lot. But it's also like, it's not just like the funny memories. It's the memories like when we used to go to Cold Stone every Friday, and we used to get ice cream at Cold Stone Creamery before they closed down, or when my mom always wanted to, me to be familiar with, the finer things and being exposed to different experiences. So we would go to Room with a View ever so often. And I started to have creme brulee. And I'm like the only 7-year-old whose favorite dessert is creme brulee. To a point where someone was like, "Are you going to have your birthday party at McDonald's?" And I said, "McDonald's?
Like,
who goes there?
Who goes there?"
I've never taken Tiana to McDonald's, just so y'all know.
I've been, not with her though. But
never.
She hasn't taken you. Yeah.
No. Just the way that she has exposed me to different things, the way that she always wanted me to have the best educational opportunities, the way even now when I'm like, "Ma, I'm thinking about getting this thing. I really need it, but I don't think I can get it right now. Maybe I'll wait until, in the next couple weeks." And then she's like, "You're going to get a package tomorrow." Click. just the way that she genuinely is still, obviously she's my mother, but still mothering and still caring and still nurturing to me, and the way that she's made me always encouraged my experiences, always encouraged me to try new things. She encouraged me to go to the college that I went to because I really wanted to go, but I was like, maybe not because this and that, and someone else is offering more money and this. And she's like, what do you want to do? If this is what you want to do, then go after it. If you want to study abroad, then study abroad. And she helped me, and I got a job, and I was able to save up money because I knew I wanted to do this. So she was like, yeah, just do this, this, and this. I saved for 2 years, was able to go and study abroad. Everything that, all of the dreams that I've had, even the ones that I thought were unattainable, she was always like, there's no reason that you can't do it. And you have to do it, actually. Now that you've told me it must be done, you don't really have a choice at this point. But that's something that I really appreciate and I really admire about my mother, is that there are no limiting beliefs with her. Not only did you can do anything, it's more like you have to do everything.
You have to do it.
You got to do everything. You have to try everything at least once. If you hate it, you hate it, but try it at least once. And I don't think I would be where I am. I don't think I would have the achievements that I've had. I don't think I would have these 2 Emmys if it wasn't for her and her encouragement. So I'm really blessed to be able to have a mother who has poured into me and fed into me, and we be arguing sometimes, but I love her and she knows that, and she loves me and I know that. And the way that we're able to, as we grow together, how we're able to become closer and understand how each other work a lot more. It's really been great to grow with her and to watch her grow as well. So that's what I'm
saying. Yay.
Thank you for the laugh, and thank you. But I'm flexible. Tell everyone I'm flexible.
I'm sure you are. And in fact, you know what, you are, because even in this show, I'm feeding into the delusion. You know, I'm a Camela advocate. But I think one of the interesting moments for me is your conservative openness. So your conservativeness, but you're still open to suggestions. I think once we started this new season, our first episode was actually my most hilarious to date episode that I've ever worked on. I've never laughed behind the scenes as much as I laughed on that show. I think in preparation, I was laughing. In writing, I was laughing. In producing, we laughed about it. And even rewatching it sometimes, I have a good laugh. That episode, my mom and I watched it as we were, live. And we just laughed because you're genuine and you are open to, doing things. But it's also, you're careful, because you want to be able to protect your audience and everything else. And that's just striking that balance between the two. But it's always cute to see you blush and see you kind of like, ooh, I don't know if I could say this. But you're still, even in the midst of that, willing to do the work. And I think just watching from the sidelines, from the moment that I met you to now, I'm still in awe of all that you do. You're a mother, you a homeowner, you're a caregiver, you run 2 businesses, you work full time. As Cyana said earlier, the list goes on, and I'm tired sometimes even just watching you, because I don't know where you fit all of this into your schedule and still show up here looking fabulous, looking amazing. New outfits every single episode. I have not seen you repeat an outfit yet, so I don't know what this wardrobe looks like. New earrings and hairdos and wraps and all kinds of things. Exactly. You are fabulous. And I think you're an amazing role model and inspiration, and we will start telling the world.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I am so enjoying my flowers. I'm enjoying my flowers. I'm enjoying these tears. Thank you, ladies. And what you just said, Crystal, that's how I feel about you. I admire you. I love your energy. I love your creativity. and you fuel me. You definitely fuel me to do what it is that I'm doing now. And Kiana, you fuel me as well, because even though I know that you produce as a living, you not necessarily want to be a producer for my hobby or my passion, but you signed on anyway. And you was like, once I have time, and even if you secretly don't have the time, you've made it your business to show up all the time. And mm, thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
both.
We're gonna keep the flowers going, y'all. In the comments, write down, drop a birthday wish. Happy birthday, Miss Francis. If she's
Yeah.
ever inspired you in any way, if you've ever had a great memory with her in any way, if the first word that comes to mind when you think of her, put it down in the comments. Let her know. Spam her with a bunch of birthday love because she deserves it. So yeah, I want to see them comments flowing.
Yes.
Yes,
Because we're still celebrating. July
we're
is
still
not over
celebrating.
yet.
Even if you see
Yes,
it
July.
after our live thing ends, even if you see it afterwards, leave a the birthday's on Tuesday. You got 2
Yes,
days. If you see it after that, belated birthdays are always welcome.
Absolutely.
So
yes, absolutely. The whole entire month, even in August, I'll take it.
You'll take it.
okay, girl.
Oh, goody.
Mm.
Okay. So if we're probably winding down, we're calming down, we're closing out. The tears have been wiped. So
Yes.
I would like to know from everyone, and Mom, I'm gonna have you go last. I would like to know from everyone, how would you like to be remembered?
Yeah. The funny thing is, I knew this question was coming and still don't have a well written response. I think what I recently, recently I've been, you go through life and you're actually even doing your own self discovery of who you are and what you want to be known for and all these things. And one of the things that has been kind of popping up for me consistently over the last couple of months is that I want to be the backbone to visionary leaders, to give them the support tools and, you know administratively, producer, all the things that are in the back end. I think too often we are all not, not everyone, but there's such a high price to be the one that is the face of things. And I'm not in that headspace at the moment. There might come a different season. For this season of my life, I am very focused on supporting the people that I choose as clients and as friends, to say, I might have some skills that might help you to shine and stand on the pedestal. And for me, Camila is one of those people, but I want to be known for supporting great leaders who create amazing impact. And so being the right hand to visionary leaders like Camila. That's what I want to be known for.
Oh. Well, you definitely are that. You are that right now. So thank you for that. But you're that.
I don't know. I feel like this answer has changed obviously throughout my whole life. When I was, when I was younger, I wanted to be an astronomer, so I wanted to be remembered as like, a revolutionary Black astronomer. I really, really enjoy singing. I always have, maybe not so much in front of other people, but I've always had a passion for singing. So when I was super young, I don't think I've told anybody this, I wanted to be, how people are like, oh, this is like the next Mariah Carey, the next Whitney Houston. I wanted to be the person in place of that, or the next Kiana. I wanted people to like feel like I'm the legend and other people are the next me. That's what I wanted to be when I was younger.
I am so glad to hear you say that out
When I
loud.
was younger, when I was a child, hello? I don't know if you heard that part. When I was a child.
Before the delusion starts to take shape, right?
Exactly.
No, no delusions,
Are you
because her
seeing the
mother's
delusion in
been
real
pushing her
time?
to sing because she can sing. But
In real
anyway, I
time, y'all are
digress.
seeing the delusion happen in front of your eyes. Anyway. But now in this space, I don't really, my legacy, I guess, I don't really tie it to my career at all. I want to be remembered by the people in my life as someone who they could always count on, as someone who they received good advice from, as someone who has been there for them, as someone who has grown with them, and as someone who has had amazing laughs with them, someone who created great memories. Kiana was always there for me, or Kiana was this cool memory with Kiana, or I did this fun thing with Kiana, or this thing reminds me of Kiana, or Kiana was the best person at making you feel good about yourself, or Kiana was the best person at XYZ. I just want to make an impact on the people in my life. And that's how I want to be remembered. I don't really necessarily need the whole world to know me. I just want people to remember me as someone who lived as their most authentic self and loved as their most authentic self. And that's something that I'm still working towards, because I know I'm not where I still want to be. I don't think I'm as bold as I should be yet, or as straightforward as I should be yet in certain aspects. But that's definitely something that I'm moving towards, because I want people to remember me as I am, and remember me as someone who made them feel good and made them be able to make other people feel good.
Yeah. Good stuff. Love it.
Yeah. It's my turn. That's a loaded question, I will say. But I will have to say that I want to be remembered as the person that I am to that individual, because I know that I'm so many things and so many different things to so many different people. And whatever was most impactful to you with all those different avenues and those roles that I am, and that I've played, that because I'm doing them. So all these roles that I am, and whatever it is that I've done or that I am to you, that's what I want you to remember me as, whatever that role is. The funny person, the worker, the good hugger, the good listener, the whatever it is.
And she is a good hugger.
Whatever I want me to be that. I want you to remember me for that, whatever it is I was for you.
I love that. Yeah. I don't know, for some reason, as you said that, I was in my mind, I was like, that's so godly. I don't know why, because I feel like God shows up to us in the way that we need him. And so it's such a godly way to be in the world. So I love that.
Well, I'll take that. That's not where I was going, but I'll take it. So,
Yeah, I don't know why that as you said it, that's the only thought that came to mind, is like, that's the greatest expression of God, to show up the way people need, because we are so consumed with showing up as me and not in service of. And so I think that that's beautiful.
thank you.
Pass my mind.
I guess that's of God. This has been a roller coaster for me, but all in a good way. Um, it was great to salute Malcolm-Jamal Warner. It was great to think about celebrating self. It was great about celebrating now, being intentional. It was so good, humbling, um, inspiring, not humbling. I take that back, because it was not humbling at all. It was inspiring. It was encouraging. It was impactful. It just gave me life. That what it is that I was feeling inside, you ladies brought it forward, and it made me feel good, and I still feel good. And you energized me to want to do more, to give more, to that I'm on the right track. And not because you ladies work with me, because there, of course, we all have our personal thoughts. And it's like you guys were reading my personal thoughts and tugging on them. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being that fuel, that fire, that light for me. And I am going to ask you to continually to hold me accountable, to do what it is that that'll take me from where I was to wherever it is I need to be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank our listening audience for joining us here on this Sunday. I just I'm so grateful and I'm appreciative, but I'm more grateful than appreciative that you guys
Oh,
are here with me on these Sundays for these Let's Talk About You moments. Because as I talk about myself, as Crystal and Kiana spoke about me, and as we spoke about Malcolm, we were speaking about you. Because I know you can share moments that a show or a person have made in your life, someone that you saw when you were younger, and they brought you through so many different changes in your life, things that you wanted to do didn't work out the same. And we all have that portion of being Delulu. And it's so great to have that team that is Delulu with you and can help you bring things to fruition. That is such a great thing. That is priceless. And you gems are priceless. So I want you guys to continue, remain limitless. There are no limits. Take the limits off. If God ain't gonna put a limit on you, why are you gonna put it on yourself?
say that. Mm-hmm.
So take the limits off. Do it afraid, because I sure have been. I constantly have been. And because of these two fires that are here with me, they fuel me to continue going on. I'm truly enjoying my birthday month. I truly enjoy my flowers because they were a scent and an aroma that definitely will keep me going. And I just want to let each and every one of you know that I will be accepting gluten-free pound cakes. And
she will.
Yes, I will. I want you to continue talking about yourself. And as you talk about yourself, celebrate others. Be intentional with reaching out, letting that person know whatever it is. However, whatever your love language is, share it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all need it, especially now. We need that love language. And I want you guys to stay blessed on purpose, not because I just say it as a cliche. And yes, it's become my saying. I truly want y'all to stay blessed on purpose because God has us here for a purpose. So why not have it be a blessing? Right? Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Sunday. Thank you, July. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Ghost. You guys have a phenomenal week. I know I will. And until next time, stay blessed on purpose. Love you guys. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Your dream come to life. That is the mission behind Kiki Creations. We're more than a decorating service. We put our all into taking in every detail of your vision and transforming that into breathtaking events. Whether you're celebrating a wedding, retirement, throwing a massive gala, or having an intimate dinner, let Kiki Creations create the moment of your dreams. Celebrate love, laughter, and the moments that really matter with Kiki Creations.